when I realized I hadn't done a video of the fans at our beach house. So I thought since we're here for the 4th of July weekend, I might as well do that. So I'm going to start off with one of these Hunter, I think these are the Brighton, that is here in the bedroom that I'm sleeping in, here at the beach house. Now, these came with a 3-light integrated thing, but then you could get a switch housing for no light, and then you could just add whatever light kit you wanted. So this is what they did with the schoolhouse lights. This fan is dated 1801, which I assume is the 18th week of 2001. And let's check it out. So we'll go ahead and start the light. This fan wobbles badly because this thing has been abused by us cousins over the past 15 years. This is actually the fan where many years ago, and Evan will probably remember this.
Maybe.
He's in here with me. He and I, one afternoon, we were probably like 5 years old. This was the only time I think that my saint of a grandmother was even remotely annoyed with either of us at the same time.
You see where that deed went?
What deed? I was looking at the fan. I didn't see it. Anyway, it was the only time this was the only time my sainted grandmother was even remotely frustrated with us that I remember.
I remember other times. I remember we'd get put in timeout daily.
We probably had that coming. But what we did is when we were getting ready for bed that one night, we would strand our clothes over the top of these blades, and then we'd turn the fan on and they'd fly all across the room. We did that for several nights. And then one evening, my grandmother caught us in the act and chewed us out pretty good. But, yeah.
Put it into that.
Huh?
Put it into that.
Yeah. I don't think we ever did that again with this fan. We did it at the fan at your house, though.
We did it with this fan again.
I don't remember doing it.
She wasn't here.
Well, we probably did. Anyway, let's see what we get. It's not...
You messed it all up! I worked so hard.
You get to fix that.
Yeah, you get to fix it. It's your job.
Why is it not?
You didn't catch it. You messed it up. You fixed it.
We all know I can't catch. I couldn't catch a cold if you threw it at me.
Learn how to catch then, bud.
Why is it... Oh, that probably helps if you don't switch on. Oops.
Breath.
This is what happens when you've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
I've been up since 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what time I had to drive 2 miles.
I feel like I failed at fishing today.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Because,
Low tide.
I caught stuff. This was an interesting fishing trip. So
A lot of fishing trips are interesting, let's be real.
I caught a croaker and I caught a catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Saw 5 dolphins.
It's good, medium.
And I saw a sea turtle.
I've never seen a sea turtle before.
I was just sitting, we were in the intercoastal at next lake. Just sitting there, and there's this big thing just comes up and snorts.
That's cool.
Really it's a turtle.
I've never seen a sea turtle before. I've seen dolphins before. I remember one time we were fishing and we saw the little fin and we're like, "Hey, man, is that a shark?" And it pops up and it's a dolphin.
Yeah.
You can see this thing is already starting to wobble its way in. And this is after many attempts at balancing weights. We ended up having the original balancing kits for these fans that came with them when we bought them in 2001. We ended up having the original balancing kits just kicking around in the closet, so we used pretty much all of them on this fan here. And it's still doing this. We had it dialed, and yeah. Notice clicking. That's always lovely. I also put this piece of electrical tape on here just so I wouldn't have to listen to, because yeah, that's the most annoying noise ever. That you know, the chain that always bugs everybody. Of course, that clicking is not really helping things. I may have to.
Daisy nipped me before.
You've never what?
Had Daisy nip at me before.
Oh yeah, she does that. Anyway, let's spin down, and then I'll hit reverse it so we can see what it does in reverse. This thing has only been run in reverse a handful of times. Because this is Texas, we don't reverse our fans. Well, Evan does, but that's about it. And he only reverses the fan in his bedroom because he never uses it anyway. Dun dun dun!
It's running right now as we speak.
You left it on the whole time?
Yeah, it keeps the dust down in my room and my allergies aren't. The only downside
I'm
is I freeze.
Wow, I thought the only time that thing ever ran is when I turned it on.
My problem is at night I freeze, but at least I'm not waking up every 5 minutes with a runny nose because my allergies are going nuts.
In that case, what you do is you just set it to reverse and you put it on low, and that'll just.
That only makes me colder.
But low reverse shouldn't do that.
Oh, low reverse.
Yeah.
Ah.
What that does is it just takes the heat from up
run-
in the ceiling.
I've always run medium reverse.
That might explain it. But that'll bring heat from the ceiling down, and that'll also help with the dust. It'll clear the dust around, and that way it won't get too thick on the ground. Fixing the deeds is going to be a lot of fun when we do that.
Yeah, it's your job.
Yeah.
Do it now. I'm working on the Mooney.
I'm still videoing the fan, so
You're taking a while.
get used to it. Anyway. Because we're going to have to do this. How many other... Got 5 more in this house, and then how many are in the other house? 5. But I'm not doing those till tomorrow, so that's okay.
And when are you doing the rest of this house?
Tomorrow. I'm doing all the rest of them tomorrow. This was the only one I was going to do tonight.
Well, hurry up.
And then as it comes to a stop, we'll see if I... Yeah, there's low reverse. Now again, I remember this one going a teeny bit slower in reverse. I don't know why that is. There's another story that happened with this fan that I'm thinking of as it's going in reverse. About 10 years ago, we actually switched the position of the bunk bed that I'm sitting on right now versus the twin bed that you can't see.
I can't remember why we did that.
As a result of the story that I'm about to tell right now.
No, it wasn't because I hit my head. Something.
I don't remember. Oh, it was because we had to fix the shutter rod. I think.
Is that what it was?
I think so. But anyway, what happened was, Evan was climbing up into the top bunk, and the fan was running on high reverse at the time. And he clunked his head. It tried to scalp him. Like, he literally bled on the top of his head after that. And,
why we gotta talk about this?
That's why that one blade is out of clock. I just never bothered bending it back for fear of snapping it because they don't make this model anymore. So if I do snap it, well, that's game over for this thing anyway. Because I don't have another one of these because apparently this model is slightly uncommon. So. It also wobbles a lot more in reverse. I don't know why it is that most fans wobble more in reverse. I don't know what the deal is with that. Why that's always been the case. I better stand back so I don't get scalped the way he did.
That was fun.
Yeah. That was I have only witnessed you cry once in my entire life. That was when that happened. Huh?
I cried every time we got put in timeout daily.
But I don't remember ever getting put in timeout at Aunt and Granddad's house. No, I don't.
Okay, you know the green booster seat things that are in the
No, I know.
They were in the room with the yellow couches at Nana and Granddad's house.
I know, but
And if we got
I
in
remember-
trouble, Nana would send us in there and we'd have to sit in those booster seats and cry our heads off.
oh wait, I don't know why I did that. Oh, I need to flip the reverse switch. I don't remember that though. Like we must have been really young when
We
that.
were. That was when we were spent the day at her
No,
house.
we did that till we started kindergarten. We did that till we were 5 years old. But
No, until we went to preschool.
I thought it was until we started kindergarten. I don't remember.
No.
And even then, she still
It
showed.
was until I started kindergarten. It couldn't have been because I went to pre-K. And I went to preschool.
I remember that I don't remember the time. I remember her being frustrated with us when she discovered the clothes flying off, because she came in the room right as they were leaving the blades, and she's like, that was also the only time I've ever witnessed her curse in my entire life. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?" We were shocked. We'd never heard her say that before, and when we hadn't heard her say it since. So, I mean, we were shocked at the time.
I don't remember that.
I reminded her of that years later, and she said that, oh, it still makes me mad just thinking about it. 5 years later. That's why we quit doing it after that. Evan says we still did it a couple of times after that. I mean, we probably did. I just don't remember. All right.
You don't remember anything.
No,
Get to work.
I have a bad memory.
Get
At least
to work.
from that long ago. Shut up now.
Get to
Shut
work.
up. So anyway, that is one of the 11 fan videos that you will see in this next weekend. So that's all for this Hunter Brighton. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If it has been a little bit rambling, as I know that it has. Evan's really impatient, so I'm going to go down to the floor and play Monopoly with him so he'll stop yelling at me. But
Turn that off. It's blowing money everywhere.
I may have to turn that down.
It's blowing your money all over me.
Oops. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. We'll see you tomorrow for more fans. Bye, everyone.